We arrived last night in the beautiful city of Prague. This is the old city, and we are getting ready to go down to the town square. But look at this gorgeous building behind us. Church. Absolutely gorgeous.
Prague was one of the few cities that didn't get destroyed during World War II, so it has some of the most beautiful medieval architecture in Europe. We're on our way to the city square in Old Town, downtown Prague. Beautiful Renaissance architecture everywhere here on these buildings. So we're here in Prague at the old city square in downtown Prague, and what a beautiful city, full of Renaissance architecture, and behind us we have a beautiful church. On the side of it there is every hour there's the astronomical clock. And all these buildings are just phenomenal. This is the famous astronomical clock in Prague. It rings every hour on the hour and has a procession of the 12 apostles going through. I think it's in that little window on the top there. But I can't see it from here. We came a little late, and as you can see, there's a huge crowd here observing this. We are in the old town square, so we're going to zoom in a little bit here and show you these beautiful buildings here. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Big tower, amazing detail. I think that was nice. This is the famous Charles Bridge. We'll be heading there in a minute. From here we have a beautiful view of the other side of the river and the famous Prague Castle. We also see a cruise boat there in the middle, and here is an interesting boat that looks like a restaurant that is permanently docked here, where you can have lunch or dinner. Here we are on the famous Charles Bridge. From here you have a beautiful view of the river from both sides. Of course, swarming with tourists, although tourist numbers are kind of low right now because of COVID. But I hate to see this during regular times. See lots of the boats here on the river, even a little paddle boat. And of course there's the castle in the background. So apparently if you touch these things and rub it, your fondest wish comes true. And in this case, to get COVID. Unless you use hand sanitizer, of course, which we will.
We just came across the Charles Bridge and we see the city gate on the other side. We are going to try to find a place to have a little cup of coffee, maybe a croissant, rest a little bit as we explore the rest of this beautiful city. I cannot tell you how many times I have said wow today, but around every single corner it's been wow.
We're on the other side of the bridge now. We just came through this beautiful gate from the bridge, and here's what's called the Lesser Quarter, but it sure doesn't look less than the other one. It's beautiful. Old buildings here, really old, colorful. Unfortunately, because of the weather today being a little overcast, the colors just don't come through on the video as they are in reality. The colors are just vibrant and beautiful. We found another little city square in the Lesser Quarter. Of course, here the best way to get around seems to be the tram. This beautiful church. And there's one of those old town cars again, and we're thinking of maybe taking a ride on one of those. Found another square here in the Lesser Quarter, and everywhere you turn it's just beautiful. We've got these restaurants here. There's a whole row of little balustrade you go through that has restaurants everywhere. We've got this beautiful building here. One area more beautiful than the other. Every corner you turn, you're just awestruck by the beautiful buildings. Here's a view of the castle from the square down here. So we're going to try one of these Czech specialties. It's called a sweet chimney cake, and we're going to go see what that tastes like. Thank you. Does that look good or what? Okay, so we tried one of these, we're going to try one of these sweet chimney cakes with pistachio ice cream. Ice cream's good. Very good. Here comes another one. So this morning we are exploring the local transportation. We're actually on the tram, the streetcar, and we're going up to the TV tower, which looks kind of like a miniature version of the Eiffel Tower, which is exciting. So the local transportation is really cheap. For $5 you can buy an all-day ticket, and you can go for 24 hours on any mode of transportation, including the tram, the subway, the bus. So that's really one of the cheapest ways to get around. Taxis are actually quite expensive here. So let's see what happens. Here we are taking the funicular down from the Trusky Tower back to the river. Beautiful view of Prague from here. Here you have a beautiful picture view of the church and this other side of Prague over here. We found a cute little restaurant to have lunch at today. This is actually one of the oldest restaurants or buildings in Prague, and it is restored in the style it was back in the Middle Ages. Beautiful frescoes on the wall. It looks kind of like a grotto. And over here is a replica of this fountain from Rome. It's called the Mouth of Truth. The legend says that if a liar puts their hand into the mouth, they will not be able to pull it back out again. So, who wants to try it? We're on top by the castle now, and from here you have a beautiful view of the city. We're about 200 steps to get up here, so better be in good shape to try to take on this journey. So here's the main entrance to the Prague Castle. Got some soldiers standing guard, beautiful gold embroidery on these fences. And there are several other impressive buildings over here. We are in the courtyard inside the castle. Haven't yet gotten our tickets. This is just kind of an inside courtyard before we get into the main castle. And here is the church inside the castle. Very impressive. Beautiful stained glass windows. We were just inside the church. Unfortunately, no photography allowed, but the church is absolutely humongous. It's got gorgeous stained glass windows all the way along. Fortunately, you can't quite see them from the outside, but it's a very impressive building. And here's another courtyard to the side. Another beautiful entrance. Still haven't found the actual entrance to the castle. Still looking for it. We're on the backside of the church now. Here we just finished looking at the palace. Unfortunately, none of these allow photography inside. Now we're going to enter into the basilica here. All this is part of the ticket. The ticket is 500 krona, which is approximately $20. Here's an exhibit of different medieval armor and 3 interesting ones.
After a 3-hour bus ride from Prague, we have arrived in Český Krumlov, which is a picturesque little town with a river flowing through it. So we're just about to explore it, and we'll share some when we get inside.
It is in Bohemia, 3 hours south of Prague, actually very close to the border with Austria. And there is a beautiful castle here in town. Very picturesque. It's got a little river too. We can't see it quite from here. But we're going to visit the town square here in a minute. We found a lookout, a little park from where we have a beautiful view of this town. Little picturesque streets below us. There's even a guitarist providing some medieval melodies. Here we are in the market square, and it is very picturesque. So beautiful, little buildings all around. Typical little town square for Europe. Restaurants everywhere. We're gonna probably go and check one out. There's the police station even. Probably gonna check one of these out. What a beautiful view of the castle here through this narrow little passageway. We're just crossing one of the bridges over this little creek, little river, and there's restaurants everywhere here. Beautiful little side roads, very picturesque and romantic. Restaurants everywhere. And of course, we're right at the foot of this beautiful castle. Here's a little store with typical Czech products made out of wood. It seems to be one of their staples here. Okay, we are inside the courtyard of the castle. Very nice big castle for this little town here. And what's really outstanding and beautiful is they have these pictures or drawings on the outside of the building there, like this, and then also on the tower. Very, very nice. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here so you can see that. All this is drawn, painted on. And the same with the tower. Very intricate paintings.
Bears here for hundreds of years in the moat area.
Ja, ga even naar de beer kijken. Kijk eens naar mij.
We stopped for lunch and we both are having a pasta with creamy sauce and mushrooms with cheese on top at a restaurant right here on the river. Very romantic. So it's a little chilly today, as it has been every day.